Hello friends, today's question of the day is average waiting time. Okay, so what is basically given in this question is there is a restaurant with a single chef. Okay, so what is given to us? We are given an array of customers. Okay, so what it contains? It's contain arrival time and time I. Okay, so what information we have? Arrival time and time I. So what is arrival time? So arrival time is the time at which the customer will arrive. Okay, and time I is the time which a chef will take to prepare his order. Okay, the same is arrival time is the time I at customer arrive. Okay, the arrival time are sorted in non-decreasing order. Okay, so they are already sorted in non-decreasing order. So as you can see in this customer array, so okay, they are sorted in non-decreasing order, either increasing order. Okay, so and time I is the time needed to prepare the order for the ith customer. Okay, so like how much time a single chef will take to prepare order for the ith customer. So that is given in the second parameter, that is time I. Okay, okay, so what else is given when a customer arrive? Okay, he gives chef his order and chef start preparing it on its once he is idle. Okay, so whenever the customer arrives, so he gives us the order. Okay, so the simple saying is that the chef will prepare order one at a time. Okay, so it will not prepare order parallelly. Once he finished with the previous order, then he picked the next order. Okay, or either he picked the order when he is idle. Okay, so okay, the chef prepare customer. Okay, and it is also given the chef prepare the food of the customer in the order they are given in the input. Okay, so like in whatever the format input, in whatever the order they were given in the input, so a chef will prepare in the same order. Like first he will prepare this order, then he will prepare this order, then he will prepare the last order. Okay, so what we have to return? We have to return the average waiting time for all customers. Okay, so we have to return the average waiting time for all customer. Okay, so now let's see this example. So like this is the customer array we have, in which each pair is containing two value, the arrival time and the time chef will take to complete that order. Okay, so let's say we have a start time. Okay, start time. Okay, and total time taken to finish. Okay, now start time, let's say first chef will start when first customer will arrive, and first customer has arrived at one time. Okay, so start time is one. Okay, now how much time it will take to prepare that order? It will take total time, it will take three. Okay, because at one it has arrived, and 2 unit it will take to prepare that order, so total time it will be three. Okay, so total time is three for now. Now waiting time is what? Wait, how much first customer has to wait is like total time minus at what point it has arrived. Okay, so at total time it has taken to prepare that order is 3, and at 1 unit of time it has arrived, so total waiting time is 2. Okay, so currently we have total waiting time is 2. Okay, now the next customer arrive. Okay, so like it is preparing like okay, let's look in this way. Okay, so it has at one it has arrived, and it has taken how much? 2 and 3 unit of time. Okay, so chef was engaged, or chef was busy preparing the order of the first order until 3 unit of time. Okay, now at 2 unit, like when chef was in the middle of preparing this order, another customer has arrived at 2. Okay, but he has to wait until the chef become ideal. Okay, so now he has arrived at 2, but at what time it will the chef will start preparing its item? At 3, so start time for this will be 3. Okay, now how much total time it will take? Up now he has started at 3. Okay, and 5 unit of time it will take to prepare that order, so total time it will take is 8. Okay, so total time it will take is 8. Okay, now what is the waiting time? Like he at this total time it will take, but he has arrived at 2, so what is the waiting time for that? So 8 minus 2 is equals to 6 is the waiting time. Okay, so we will add this in our wait variable, so 2 plus 6 is the waiting time for second customer. Okay, now it has prepared. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so if we look, so up till this 3 order 1 was prepared. Okay, 2 has arrived at this point, okay, second was arrived at this point, first was arrived at this point, okay, but from 3 to 8 second order was prepared, okay, and the third customer had arrived when in the middle, okay, when the chef was already into second order, the third customer had arrived, so third customer has arrived at 4 point, okay. Okay, third customer has arrived, but at what point the chef will start? When he is finished with the previous order, so it has finished with the previous order at 8, so starting point will be 8, okay. Now what is the total time it will take? Total time started, he has started at 8 and time taken to prepare his order is 3 unit of time, so it will total time it will take to prepare that order is 11, okay, so it will be 11, okay. Now what is the waiting time? Because at 11 unit of time the order for the third customer is prepared, but that customer has already arrived at fourth unit time, okay, so that will be 11 minus 4, so 11 minus 4 is 7, okay. So the same thing, okay, so at 9, then 10, let's say, and then 11, okay. So from okay, the start time was it from 8 to 11, the chef was preparing third order, the customer was already arrived at 4 units, so total waiting time for each customer is 2 plus 6 plus 7, okay. That is 7 to 14 15, that is 15, okay. Now we have to find, this was the total waiting time, we have to find the average time, okay. Where it went, sorry. So we have to find the average waiting time. So how many total customers were there? 3 customers were there, okay. So total average waiting time is 5 units, okay. So this is the answer, okay, and we have to return we have to the solution within 10 to the power minus 5, like up till 5 decimal places we can return the solution, okay. So this is for the first case. Now let's understand one more example, this one, okay. So let's say this is the example, okay. So initially let's start with a that, okay. So at 5 unit of time first customer has arrived, okay. Now let's say start time, then total time, then waiting time, okay. So at 5 first customer has arrived, okay. Now how much time it will take to prepare that order is 5 plus 2 7, okay. Now what is the waiting time will be there? Because it take 5 it has taken total time up till 7 to prepare that order, but he has already arrived at 5, so what is the total? 7 minus 5, okay, that is the 2 is the waiting time for first customer, okay. So let's draw this 5 6 7, okay. So at this customer has arrived at this point and order was prepared in this time frame, okay. So now at what time is the chef will start for the next order is at 7, okay. So start time, wait time is 2, so start time become 7. Now what is the total time it will take to prepare that order? Okay, so that is 4, okay. 7 he has started and 4 unit of time it will take to prepare that order, so that is 11, so total time it will take as 11. Now what is the waiting time for that? Is waiting time is like at 11 the order is ready, but the customer is already arrived at 5, so 5 minus 11 minus 5 is 6, so 6 is the total waiting time, so 2 plus 6 is 8, so 8 is the waiting time for two customer, okay. So let's draw this, so 7 8 9 10 and 11, okay. So customer has arrived at 5, so second customer has also arrived at 5, okay, but the chef was preparing another, so it will from here to here it will take prepare the second order, okay. In the same way for the third, okay. So third customer has arrived here, okay, the third customer has arrived at point 10, okay. So what is the at 11 he has finished, so starting time for the third order will be 11. Now how much total time it will take is 3 units, so 11 plus 3 is 14, so total time it will take is 14 to prepare that order. Now what is the waiting time? Total time is 14, but it has already arrived at 10, okay. So 4 is the waiting time, so 8 plus 4 is 12, okay. So these are the new values, okay. So let's draw this 11 12 13 and 14, so it has arrived, so in this time frame it will prepare for third order, okay. Now for the fourth order, last order, Now till 14 up till 20, because there was no customer in the range from 15 to 19. Here no customer has arrived. Now fourth customer has arrived at point 14, so here it will be ideal. Okay, so now this is the condition. From here, now chef is already ideal. Okay, so now when the fourth customer arrived at 20 unit time, okay, so the chef will immediately take his order, okay, and start preparing for it. So starting time would be 20. Okay, why 20? Because chef was ideal previously, because in from 15 to 19 there was no customer. Okay, so chef was sitting ideally, so this is already given. Okay, chef take uh, okay, chef start preparing once he is ideal. Okay, so he was already ideal. So at what point at 20 unit time the customer has arrived, so it will start preparing for it. So start time would be 20 now. Okay, so now how much total time it will take? So 1 unit of time. So at 20 it has arrived, and at 1 unit of time it will take to prepare. So 20 total time would be 21. Now what is the waiting time is there? So total time, and it has arrived at 20, so 1 is the waiting time. Okay, so it will be 13. 13 is the waiting time for customer. So why we are not including this? Because we have to find the waiting time for each customer. Okay, total average waiting time. But here no customer has arrived. Customer has arrived at this point. Okay, so we have taken a starting point at this, and up till this it will finish. And what is the waiting time for that? 1 unit. Okay, so 13 is the total waiting time for each customer. Now what is the average? So 13 divided by 4, so this will be our average, and 3.25. Okay, so this is our average, so this is our answer. So I think we have pretty well understood the question. Now jump to the solution. Okay, to code this. Okay, so now first of all, what will be the start time? So let's say we are assuming it to be start time for the first customer. Okay, this is our start time. Okay, now okay, so double total is equals to, let's start with total waiting time is 0. Okay, now we take int FINISH finish time. Okay, finish time. Now what we will do, we have taken three variables which we were dealing with, like what getting whatever we are doing in our explanation, that's the same thing we will write in our code. Okay, so for each customer, int I is equals to 0, I is less than customers customers dot size. Okay, I plus plus customers dot size. Okay, now what we will take, first of all, finish time. So what we will take here is, like, we will take maximum of, like, start time and customer I comma 0. Now why we have taken this? Because we have known, like, from here, like, our finish time in this case was 14. Okay, 14, but from 20, from 14 to 20 it was ideal. Now what is the new start time would be 20, because at 20 unit time a new customer has arrived. Okay, so that is why we are taking uh, max of from start time or customer at what point it will arrive. Okay, so now this is the start time. Now total time finish time is, like, how much total time it will take. So we will add customr customers, how much time it will take to finish that order, so that will be I. Okay, now total waiting time, what will be the total waiting time? Total waiting time would be finish time, finish time minus customers at what point it has arrived. Okay, now what will be the new start time for the next customer is, that will be the what so the new, like, in this case we will see what is the start point for the second customer is when the previous order was finished. So finish time is the start time for the new order. Okay, so that we will update. Okay, so start time is equals to finish time. Okay, now after this what we will do, we will return retu binary return, as we have to we can the solution can be 10 to the power 5 range. So what we will do, we will typecast double double. Okay, so totl total waiting time divided by customers customers dot size. Okay, I think I have not made any spelling mistake. Now let's run this. Let's check. Customers. It is as customers. Anywhere else? No. Let's run this. So we have what mistake we have done. We have not added total time. So what we will add? We will add the total waiting time. So plus equals to. Now let's run. It is accepted. Now let's submit and check. So yes, it is accepted successfully. Now what is the time complexity? As we are traversing this in a single go, so our time complexity will be capital O of n, where n will be the size of this array, and as we are not using any extra space, like we are using constant space, so space complexity will be capital O of 1. Okay, so thank you for watching.